Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another installment. I think we're going anyway. I'm checking just to make sure. I always have to do this every morning. It looks like I'm on right now. Am I? I think so. Anyway, welcome to the weekend edition of Accidental Christ, the story of Jesus as told uh, by his uncle. And today will be a kind of brief one, so you can get on with your weekend. Uh, and it begins with an epigram from St. Mark, uh, chapter 1, verse 16 and 17. As he walked by the Sea of Galilee, he saw Simon and Andrew, his brother, throwing their nets into the sea, for they were fishermen. And Jesus said to them, "Follow me, and I will make you fishers of men." Now remember, this is at the beginning of Jesus' ministry tour, sort of a tour around the edge of the Sea of Galilee. And he's going to speak from a boat at each of the little towns. And he speaks from a boat because hundreds of people could gather around, and you could hear very clearly the voice carrying across the water. We talked about that in the last chapter. And also, they're going to begin to have Jesus surrounded by local people, local disciples, who have nothing, have no knowledge whatsoever of the big conspiracy, but hopefully will serve sort of as his bodyguard and sort of throw the authorities off the track, that this isn't really a sophisticated conspiracy movement, but it's they want them to think that it's just a local, rural kind of movement of just ignorant bumpkins. So, in a way, Jesus and Brother Apollonius and Lazar are fishing for those local bumpkins. So that's where we are. Andrew, did you hear that your master lost his head in Sepphoris? Of course he did, you Gadarene swine. The small boat rocked violently as Simon jumped up and threatened to throw Caleb into the sea. If you want to keep fishing for Zebedee, then you will keep your filthy mouth shut. I deserted him at Inon, Andrew said solemnly, not looking up from his net. I should have stayed by his side or followed the son of Joseph, the great carpenter. Master called him the Lamb of God. What did he mean? I do not understand his words. He spoke them so strangely. What did he mean? What did he mean? Your master saw something in the man, Simon answered as he stared at the horizon. Is he not the same who turned water into wine at the wedding of Isaac ben Samuel at Cana? Perhaps. Perhaps there are many lambs of God. His pupils baptized him. I've heard how he healed the afflicted as he walked from Nazareth to Cana. If he were here, I would take him to Hannah's mother. Hannah's mother will soon be gathered unto our fathers, Andrew mumbled as he untangled his net and prepared to cast. Would I were sleeping in the bosom of Abraham. Andrew and Simon were sons of Jonah, the boat builder of Bethesda. Since they were children, they had worked for the family of Zebedee, the prosperous master of a flotilla of fishing vessels on the Sea of Galilee, and the father of their boyhood friends, James and John. When the boys were very young, they performed the loathsome chores around the gutting tables. But as they grew older, their duties moved them to the salting sheds. Here they were made privy to the subtle secrets that made Zebedee's dried fish a prize essential for well-set tables from Caesarea to Jericho. Today, at the request of Simon's father-in-law, they fished near Capernaum, the home of Simon's espoused wife, Hannah, whose mother lay gravely ill. Simon was a huge man with thick red hair and a beard that masked his mouth and ears. Not yet 21, his manner and girth made him the very image of Goliath. He was slow-witted and never mastered the written word. But his heart was dear, and his simple honesty touched his family and employer. Because of Simon's great size and fearsome countenance, Zebedee charged him with the responsibility of traveling each month up to Jerusalem to deliver fish to the household of a most important customer, Caiaphas, the high priest of the temple. Caiaphas's monthly order was substantial, and the road to his palace beset by thieves. Simon's titanic stature was an effective deterrent to those who might be tempted to relieve him of his payment on his journey home. Andrew was 2 years younger than Simon. Since childhood, he was drawn to all things spiritual. But like his brother Simon, he was deemed too dull of wit to be formally educated. He frequented the synagogue and listened intently to the words of the rabbi and other learned men, but found he could not follow their rhetoric. He made regular pilgrimages up to Jerusalem, where he sat outside the temple for hours and listened to the ravings of would-be prophets who ranted from dawn to dusk on the temple steps. It was here that he first heard of John the Nazarite. He went immediately to the Jordan and was baptized. John was everything Andrew was seeking. John understood everything. John was not confused. John knew exactly what to believe. When the baptizer grabbed Andrew by the hair and leaned him back into the muddy waters, a lifetime of fear and frustration dissolved from his soul. When he resurfaced, he realized he would never have to understand the scriptures. He would never have to understand the law. To know the mind of God, he need only believe in John. He did not understand the forces that moved against his master or reasons for his arrest and execution. Now that John was dead, Andrew's despair was profound. Only the awkward love of his brother Simon and his old playmates, James and John, prevented him from taking his own life. "What is happening on the shore?" Simon asked quietly, as if talking to himself. "There must be 100 people following that man." It's probably the wine-making magician from Cana, smirked Caleb. The Hassan has invited him to speak at the synagogue. Andrew stood up and shaded his eyes with his hands. Simon, please, row us closer to the shore. But what about our catch? Caleb whined. At this hour no schools swim near the shore. Shut up, fool, Simon snarled. As they drew nearer the shore, the approaching procession, Andrew spied the leader of the throng. Simon, Simon, it is he whom my master called the Lamb of God. The scene changes to the shore now. Jesus pulled Brother Apollonius close to his side and whispered, Have we secured a boat for tomorrow's sermon? I'll see to it this afternoon while you speak at the synagogue. Boats are everywhere. One like that will be ideal for our purpose. He pointed toward the sea to a fishing boat drawing near the shore. Wait, I know that man. Jesus stopped and grabbed Brother Apollonius by the arm and pointed to Andrew. He's a disciple of John. I saw him at my baptism. Brother Apollonius squinted to get a better look. Do you see the size of the red beard beside him? If you had a Goliath like that by your side, the council would never need fear for your safety. Back to the boat. Andrew, look, the holy man points at you. At you. You. Of course you. The lamb points at you. It thinks you are its mother. Poor Caleb's joke was ill-timed. His coarse snigger turned into shrieks of terror as Simon grabbed him by the hair and hurled him overboard into the sea. The splash turned the heads of all at the water's edge. Forgetting the insult, Andrew grabbed his net and threw it overboard as a lifeline. Preferring to take his chances with the sea rather than return to the boat, Caleb struggled his way toward the beach. Everyone on shore was laughing because to all appearances Simon and Andrew were trying to catch Caleb like a fish in their nets. Jesus called for Lazar. Quickly, see if any of them among us know these fishermen. Almost immediately, Lazar returned with a young pupil. Master, they are Simon and Andrew, the sons of Jonah from Bethesda. They work for the house of Zebedee. All Judea eats his salted fish. Jesus broke from the crowd and waded a few feet into the sea toward the boat. Simon, Andrew, what are you doing? The brothers were paralyzed. He hails us by name, Andrew whispered. Shall we answer him? What do we say? He asks what we are doing. He asks what we are doing? Yes, he said, Simon, Andrew, what are you doing? What are we doing? Fishing. We are fishing. Tell him then. Tell him we are fishing. You tell him. That we are fishing? Yes. Andrew cleared his throat. Cupping his hands around his mouth, he yelled, Fishing, my lord. At that moment, a few yards down the beach, Caleb dragged himself out of the water and collapsed on the sand. I see you've let a big one get away. The brothers could not think of a reply. Come, follow me. I will make you fishers of men. And that's where we'll end it today. Kind of a short one, but we'll pick it up again tomorrow, Sunday, for our Sunday school lesson. I hope you're all doing well. Continue to be safe. And take this weekend to do something incredibly nice for yourself. Just be extravagantly good to yourself today. And be good to each other. Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Love is the law. Love under will.